Hey folks, BlackCross here, and I figured I'd do another discussion video with this one regarding Kingdom Hearts in general. As of the release of this video, we have less than a week before the next Kingdom Hearts game comes out, which is basically Kingdom Hearts 2.8. And the cool thing about that is that it does feature a brand new game. Record is an episode game, but a game nonetheless. And basically, from what Tetsuya Nomura said, is going to be linked directly to Kingdom Hearts 3, which is a good thing to hear. On the other hand, though, there are some other news that I have just recently heard of, which tells me that there's no way it would be a 2017. It's unfortunate, too, because the news itself is basically responding to Cynical whenever he talked about how... I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check that out. But basically, the interview with Nomura basically states as this: how is the progression of Kingdom Hearts 3? And basically, the way Nomura describes it is that the game itself is showcaseable. Like the individual worlds, the individual stages and stuff like that, they're showcaseable. But they're not playable. Now that's a key term right there. They're showcaseable, but not playable. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, what's the difference? The difference is, you can showcase something to get your point across. You can showcase a game and people will get aroused, they'll get interested in the game itself, and they'll know what's going on. They'll know what's going to happen. They'll know the combat system. They'll know what's going to revolve and everything like that. But if it's not playable, then that means that it's not ready at all. They said they're still needing to work on some of the worlds. In fact, from what he stated, it sounds like they're just now working on the individual worlds themselves. And chances are, that's gonna be a while. Like a long while. Now, I think a lot of people are kind of overestimating on this particular topic itself, and they're saying that it could take like 20 or 30 years. No, I don't think it would take that long. But I do feel an ominous feel that it could be anywhere between summer of 2018 to winter of 2018. Because I don't see it reaching the part of where it's going to be a 2017. It's just... I'm not disappointed, actually. Like, I'm not. Because on the one hand, this tells me that they've got an ideal of what they want. They know what they're going to do. They know what their plan is. They're just now putting everything together. And now they're into the point of where basically they're just making the worlds and they're just making them to where, okay, it's flowing exactly the way we want it to. And then all of a sudden they kind of got into this realm of where stuff happens. And stuff really do happen. Sometimes you'll end up reaching into a hiccup of where it slows down development and everything like that. It does happen to a lot of companies. The only thing that I think that could have been the problem was that the push for Final Fantasy 15 and then of course Final Fantasy 7. Even though they do have different departments for these individual games, sometimes they do have to help them out in terms of programming stages. Sometimes they'll get into a little snug and they'll be like, okay, we need to concentrate on this title right here, so everybody pitch in and help out. Sometimes that does happen. And with Square Enix themselves, this year is a big year. A big year, in fact. It's the year of Final Fantasy 30th anniversary. It's Kingdom Hearts 15th anniversary. They've got a lot of attention riding on top of them. So they're kind of like shittering. They're kind of going everywhere and everything like that. They're basically picking up plans and stuff like that. They're basically trying to figure out what they can and what they will do. It is kind of that realm of just like, okay, we're kind of scatterbrained, let's try to get everything in a hold. But it's not exactly easy. In fact, the funny thing is that the Final Fantasy 30th anniversary press conference will be this month, January 30th. So that if that tells you anything about the development stage and everything like that, that should give a big brief discussion on it. But Kingdom Hearts, it just, development-wise, it sounds like they are kind of in like a snug bit, but that doesn't really concern me, because that tells me that they are going to be working hard on this title, and they're going to make certain that everyone gets what they want when it comes out. The biggest thing that I want out of Kingdom Hearts 3, the biggest thing that I want out of anything I could ask for. Yes, I could ask for the combat to be like Kingdom Hearts 1. Yes, I want more bosses. I want more Heartless bosses. I want the gummy missions. I want there to be a completion list. I want the Jiminy Journal to be packed filled with oodles of stuff. I want extra worlds. Yes, I want all of that. But the one thing that I want most, and it's the #1 criteria in my opinion, I want the game to be what it is when it first comes out. No DLC, no bonus content, no microtransaction, none of that bullshit. If you're gonna have a bonus type thing, let it be a costume type thing, whatever. But that's it. No other DLC. No optional worlds, no extended dialogue, no extra. I want the game to be full. I want everything to be on the game when it releases. That's what I want. That's the main thing that I asked for. After playing Final Fantasy 15 and realizing that it could have been better, and they're doing patches for it, they're releasing DLC ports for it and everything like that, they're trying to increase the game itself after it gets released. After it gets fucking released. I was hoping that 15 would be better, like it would be the best, that it didn't have to have any of this shit. Nope, they turn around and basically fix all the bugs. And I hope that is a lesson enough to tell them, okay, we need to learn from our mistake from this game and make certain we don't do the same thing for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's going to be the biggest thing, is that I want Kingdom Hearts 3 to be full. I want it to be complete. I want it to be solid. I don't want any extra DLC at all. I've always known Kingdom Hearts to be the full experience when it comes out. Doesn't have to have DLC, never had to have any bonus content, didn't have to have update patches. It was its own game right then and there. It was always full. In fact, in the past Kingdom Hearts games, all the way up to even the frickin' 3DS, it's never had DLC, it's never had updates, it's never had any of that. It's always been the solid game when it first came out. And that is impressive in my personal opinion. And now, with Kingdom Hearts Burst by Sleep 0.2 Fragmentary Passage, it's the first real next generation Kingdom Hearts game we've been waiting for. So chances are, with this one alone, we're going to find out how they do in terms of presentation of the game itself. Is it going to be completely full to where it doesn't have to have patches, it doesn't have to have updates, it doesn't have to have DLC or anything like that? It's the full game itself. In fact, some of the biggest things that they've done with it was the whole ornaments outfit type thing. And the funny thing was, that was a last minute decision. That was a last minute decision that they thought, okay, the game is good on its own, but let's try to make it a little bit more extensive. Let's try to make it to where players want to go even further in terms of like completion wise, getting everything wise, to encourage them to play the game a little bit longer, to where the game isn't just a 5-hour or 3-hour long game thing. It can be a good 6 to 7 to even 8 hours just for it being a short game. And that's a really good decision. Putting small stuff like that goes a long way in terms of a Kingdom Hearts fanbase. A lot of us who are completionists ourselves actually go for that extra mileage. We're willing to go and get every treasure chest. We're willing to go and get every single item. We're willing to go and get every sticker, stamps. We're willing to go and play every single gummy ship missions. I should know. I've done it 3 times. The point is that if Square Enix is willing to make a small decision like that in order to extend the game, that means that they know what they want to do for Kingdom Hearts. They're keeping up the traditional formula of making the game feel full when it first comes out. And that is impressive in my opinion. And that's what I want. I want that to continue on when it goes to Kingdom Hearts 3. In Kingdom Hearts 3, I expect everything there. No DLC, no extra worlds, no extra stuff. I want everything right there in the package. I want my $60 to be worth the investments. I've been waiting for a long time for this one. I'm willing to wait a little bit longer to make certain that the game does feel full. And I think the development team behind Kingdom Hearts 3 knows that. I think they know our fan base based on what we want. I think they realize that what we want is a full game. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to deliver on that promise. And that's what I hope for the most. But I just wanted to talk about Kingdom Hearts just because of the fact that I don't talk a lot about Kingdom Hearts, mostly because it was Final Fantasy 15 that kind of like got my attention because, hey, it's going to be released first before Kingdom Hearts 3, so I talked a lot about Final Fantasy 15 instead. But Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming up next, but it probably sounds like it won't be until 2018. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm willing to wait that long. It's not a big issue to me, but it is something that I just wanted to go ahead and talk about. But anyway though, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. This is BlackCross signing off. Take care, guys.